So, hello everyone, and welcome back to the second in a series of conversations that we're having for the Royal College of Nursing Wales. So, I'm Vicky Killington. I'm a member of the library team, sometimes called an information specialist here in Wales. And today we're going to be talking about pay. So, I'm delighted to be joined by Nicky Hughes. Nicky.
Hi everyone, my name's Nicky Hughes and I'm Associate Director for Employment Relations at the Royal College of Nursing Wales, and I'm also a bank nurse working in GP out of hours in my spare time.
Excellent. So again, we are joined by someone who's got all the expertise we need to answer my questions. So first off, Nicky, could you please tell us about how the pay rise for NHS Wales is decided?
Yeah, no worries, Vicky. In Wales and across the UK, pay is a political decision. So there's three ways that pay can be decided by government. That is that firstly, the government could just make a decision and decide that they were going to make a decision on pay and that was what we would get. The second is that we could go into negotiations, and that's where we as a trade union would step up and negotiate on our members' behalf on whatever members tell us they would like us to negotiate. And then the third option is to refer it to the pay review body, which is an independent review body.
Okay, so that's really interesting. Could you tell us a little bit more about the role that the pay review body plays in the pay rise?
Certainly. So the pay review body, or PRB to make it easier, is an independent body, and that looks at all the evidence that is given to them from all the trade unions, collaboratively and singularly, and information from Wales and the government to look at the history of pay over time, the populations, what's the need of the populations, and the nurses that we've got. They consider that evidence and then they come back to the governments with a recommendation of what they feel should be provided for nurses, but also in this instance, a gender for change staff. So once they've made that recommendation, that goes to government, and the government can choose, both the UK and Welsh government can choose to either accept that, or they may change it to either a lower amount or a higher amount. And then that will be implemented. So it's not a negotiation, it is actually going to be implemented. But at that point, it would be over to you as members to decide what the next steps were for Royal College of Nursing and what the information is that you want us to bring back to influence those governments.
Okay, thank you. I'm really glad that you've brought it all back to our membership, of course. So my next question then would be is, why is the RCN calling for a fair pay rise for our nursing professionals?
When we went out to members, and this was earlier last year, 42,000 of you told us that we should have a fair pay rise, and that looked like 12.5%. 12.5% was what members felt they deserved. So that is our pay ask, is what our members have asked us to ask for. So the reason for this is firstly because our members and nurses have lost money over time. So over the last 10 years, many nurses are telling us, due to inflation and other issues, that their pay is a lot less than it was now than it was 10 years ago. And that can't be right. That can't be right when nurses are being asked to step up to do more and more, even before the pandemic. The other issue is we are really concerned at the amount of nurses that are looking to leave the profession. And if we want to recruit and retain nurses into the profession so that we can provide safe care with the right levels of staff for our patients, then we need to value and reward those nurses for the excellent and complex jobs that they do.
Okay, well, thank you. That's a very compelling argument. So, final question, you'll be glad to hear. So, for anyone watching, whether they're a member of the Royal College of Nursing or just a supporter of our aims, how can they get involved and let the government know their feelings about the pay rise?
It's really important that our members get involved, because it's our members that are going to make the decisions about the next steps and the next actions. Of course, RCN staff are here to support and to move that along, but it is our members that make the decision. So one of the most important things our members can do at the moment is to go in and cleanse their data and make sure that we have the right contact details so we can ask them questions when we need to, so they can get their voice heard. The second is to go on and email the member of Senedd, that your candidate in the local area, to talk about pay, and you can do this on the Vote for Nursing website, Cymru, and the email's already written for you. You just need to put in some basic details and then it'll submit that email for you. So it's just influencing before we all vote for the next Welsh government. And then the other thing that people can do is just keep up to date. Look at the Fair Pay for Nursing site, keep up to date, and just keep talking about pay. Talk about it with your peers, with your friends, with your family. Let's get the nursing voice heard, and please, when it comes to it, your voice matters.
Absolutely, thank you. So yes, I think that's a short take. Please go and vote on May 6th in the Welsh Government elections, and it's a very fast and easy to go to the Vote for Nursing Cymru site and make your voice heard. Obviously, as a librarian, Nicky, your talk of data cleansing has just warmed my heart. But thank you so much for your time. It's been incredibly useful and informative. So thank you once again. And to everyone watching, I look forward to joining you for the rest of our conversations coming to you from the Royal College of Nursing Wales. Thank you, everyone.